Hey everybody, welcome to Stupid O'Clock. Lewis Lee has the night off, so nothing exciting has happened in the world other than SpaceX is going full send with their launch mount. Rolled it. I mean, it's ready to actually set a rocket on now.
All right.
And the Russian space module has sprung. The new Russian space module that tried to kill them all now has sprung a leak.
No, not that one. It's the old service module, and they've known about this leak for over 2 weeks. It had nothing to do. It had nothing to do with. It had nothing to do with the new module, which had the software glitch, which tried to kill all the assets.
That would have been nice.
So yeah, well, Vesda's been up there.
Well, I'd rather the old one sprung a leak than the new one.
Yeah.
Open the pod bay doors out. Screw you, Dave. I'm not doing
it. Yeah, how long has the old one been up there, Joe?
It was the navigation module. So it was one of the early modules.
It was the first docking module.
That's about to say it was the first one, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
it does have a few years on it now.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Willow.
Hello, Willow. Welcome to the show. Oh, and guys, I'm going to cut short tonight. I'm going to trust y'all not to burn the house down while I'm gone, but I'm going to leave just before midnight.
Not promising anything.
Yep.
Oh, and Bill, I saw where you commented on one of the videos that I posted about the guy with the motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you saw that one, Dan. Did you see that one?
No, but I've been rather distracted by. I've been working on Aphelion stuff all day, so I wasn't really looking at anything till after almost 8 o'clock tonight.
Oh, okay. It was this guy. He had a Harley, and his friend was standing behind him with 2 wrenches. And every time he'd crank it up, the guy was banging the wrenches together behind his back. Standing beside the motorcycle.
Every time he starts a motorcycle, you hear this ding, 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 ding.
And if he rev it, it would ding, ding. He would ding, ding, ding faster. And when he shut it off, he quit.
We used to do that to my friend's 66 Ford Fairlane. I'd roll the window down and stick my arm out the window. And when he'd start the car up, I'd start banging on the side of the door. And I'm like, Jim, what's that knocking in your engine?
Oh.
Have you ever heard George Burns used to do this joke about his buddy, that all these comedians used to live together in the same neighborhood out in Hollywood. His buddy went out and bought a Volkswagen when they first came to the United States, old Volkswagen Bug. He was talking about how the gas mileage was on the car and all sorts of stuff. So, and he just wouldn't stop talking about it. So one day, George and his buddy, they snuck over there with a 5-gallon can of gas and filled up, and they kept topping off the guy's Volkswagen. Just every time he'd go out and drive, come back, they'd top it off with gasoline when he wasn't paying no attention. You aren't going to believe this. I'm getting 175 miles to a gallon. This car is incredible. So they let that go on for a couple of weeks, and then they start going over there, and every night they start siphoning out like 3 or 4 gallons every night. Okay. So the guy to go out and drive, he says, I don't know what's going on. He says, I started off getting like 35 miles a gallon, 45 miles a gallon, whatever. He says it went up to 175 miles a gallon. He says, now I'm getting 8 miles a gallon, and I don't know what. And they never, and he said they never told the guy. They just, and eventually he quit doing the joke. He says, I was telling this joke in Las Vegas. He says, and it just so happens my buddy, who was also the comedian with Volkswagen, just happened to be in Vegas and heard my comedy routine with the joke. He says, and I got, I'm sitting in my hotel room. All of a sudden I hear a knock at the door. Open the door, and I see him sitting out there, and he punched me right in the nose.
That sounds like that episode of MASH where they were messing with Winchester by altering his uniform to make him think that he was losing weight, and then they made him, they started altering the uniform again to make him think that he was gaining weight, and Hawkeye laughed and asked BJ, he says, this is great. He says, what are you going to do next? He goes, next, Winchester gets taller.
Start shortening the pant legs. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
What was the football movie where they had this running back who was just really fast on his feet, and somewhere down the line they put lead weights in his cleats to slow him down just a little bit? And I can't remember the name of the movie now, but it was hilarious because then everybody started catching him.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember either.
Hello, Facebook user. Don't know. We got a wavy hand, but Facebook didn't tell Streamyard who you were. And Ace Bonnie says, my friends and I took the wheels of a friend's car and put the car on blocks. Yeah.
Probably got much better gas mileage after that.
No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to say I know a guy that ended up with his gas cap JB welded on and 3 lug nuts on each wheel with some leftover JB weld.
There was a lot of that that happened.
They were doing some work at Hickson Junior High School one time, and they had all these concrete blocks for drainage sitting out next to the band room. So a bunch of the guys in the senior band class went out and picked up the band director, Mr. Rushford, went and picked up his truck and put a bunch of these concrete blocks up underneath his car so that the wheels were just barely off the ground, and you couldn't, and just
they still spoke of that when I was there.
Mm-hmm. I can just imagine what their grade point average was when that was revealed.
Right before graduation, they had all that. It was band. It was junior high school band. They didn't care.
Well, and I remember band camp. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Walker saying North Dallas 40.
Yeah, there you go.
Could be. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I was thinking of the Burt Reynolds one originally, and then I thought, no, it wasn't that one.
Oh,
the longest yard.
The longest yard.
Yeah.
The one with the prison team against the guards. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And the ref kept calling the bad calls, and
he kind of got hit in the
yeah. Burt threw Bert had a bad pass. It was a bad pass.
Yeah.
They don't call him a long bomb for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and Chris Walker
Brandon.
says, Brandon Sapp. Hey, Brandon. Glad you could drop in. The wavy guy. Well, I guess that's Brandon Sapp. Welcome. Oh, and we haven't heard anything from Carl or Donna. Have we made them mad, or did we just keep them up too late and they went to bed early?
I did keep them up till after midnight last night. So
Yeah.
you know, me and Bill did our best to keep them up till like 4 a.m., but it didn't work.
No.
They wised up real quick.
We thought Donna was going to go out early, and then all of a sudden she kind of perked up.
She got a second wind.
Evidently, because Carl was getting ready to go in there to
check on her. Yeah,
check on her, and it was all that talk about cats.
Yeah, that was a heavy subject last night, along with a lot of other things. The green room covers just about as much territory and different subject changes as we do. So and that's epic. I mean, right there. I mean, we're right on up there at the goalposts, and green room last night kind of was a field goal and a half there.
Yeah.
Now, as much as I was picking on Brian and the recorded Brian, is it live or Brian or Memorex? On there, that would have been a good opportunity for Lewis to pre-record his news report, and if he couldn't be on there, to put her on there on that.
That's an idea, but it takes a little while to actually do the recording and then upload it to Streamyard so it can be played.
Yeah. And I know he kind of likes to keep it kind of fresh as far as the content. And
yep.
That,
And
go ahead.
No. You go right ahead, Josh.
No, I was going to say I missed the green room last night. I'm still fighting with air conditioning. So
tell me about it.
Are you still fighting it?
Yeah. Well, there's no leaks in the air conditioner, so I know that much. But yeah, fighting the air now. I'm just fighting a bad air conditioner. So just thankfully it wasn't 150 degrees today.
Let's see. The Rising Tide Broadcast Network jumped in and says, "Hey, gents, hope your show goes well. Chatting from the roads of Midland, Indiana, where the corn is high and the Swift drivers are too." Yeah, I'm not going to say nothing about the Swift drivers.
Well, watch out for the children of the corn.
Really?
Otherwise known as Hoosiers.
Bill, I meant to tell you earlier, second spot of a bobcat down here earlier. Kimberly sent my wife sent one earlier.
Was it a gas or diesel?
Yeah, I don't know. She did. It went by it passed her so fast. I don't know. So,
Kimberly's going to have a bobcat stole for Christmas this year, I think.
This one was about 2 miles up the road. So.
Well. Don't know if there is a hunting season. For predators around here, you can usually if they come in your yard, you got them.
But I was about to say, I know coyotes is year round here on.
Oh yeah. There's as many as you can take. And,
coyotes and hogs are year round. Now I don't know about bobcats. So.
Yeah, I've got a buddy of mine from high school that he goes out and he will actively hunt the feral hogs, and if he gets one, that sucker's going to be the centerpiece at a barbecue real quick because they are usually huge.
Well, I was about to say I've got a buddy out actually tonight that's hunting some hogs. So, which if they're too big, I will not. I mean, I won't smoke them, but I will eat them. But if you get a small one, I will throw it on the smoker and have at it.
No, you get a big one. This is time to go old school. Dig a hole in the ground, let it cook for a day or two on smoldering coals, covered up, and uncover it and dig in more ways than one.
Yeah, that's what do they call that? Backhoe culinary.
Yeah. You take your backhoe and you dig a trench and you build a fire and then you put the pig in it and cover it up and not exactly. Yeah.
You about to throw a piece of tin over the top and put some dirt on top of it, and there you go.
A couple of concrete blocks to hold it down or something. Yeah.
Ask Hank Jr. He'll tell you about how to put the pig in the ground.
And some beer on ice.
And
Ace Bonnie asked us a question. It says, when you're sick, you say you're feeling under the weather. What would the opposite expression be when you're well? You're finer than a frog hair.
You're above the weather.
I don't know where to go with this one.
I'm trying to remember the George Carlin quote, and it just slipped my mind. I'm not unwell, thank you.
I'm feeling finer than wine, I'll say that.
Well, Andy Griffith used to say, fine as a daisy. Not to be confused with Doc Holliday saying, I can't remember what he said. You're a daisy if you do.
Yep. And then when things went south, they said, you're not daisy at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Well, with permission from Joe, I have a little something to show. I did show in the green room last night, so Joe and Dan are. It
is a fiddle.
And I like to do a little promotion for one of the Rising Tide people. I got Cindy Kep's new comic book, Animal Eye, that she wrote, and Raul Cruz wonderfully illustrated it. And because the level of the Kickstarter that I supported her at, I also got the Animal Eye mug, which they had several to choose from. I thought there was only one, and then when I got the emails, there are like 5 or 6 that you could choose from in that. And so, but I read the comic today, thoroughly enjoyed it. Without giving anything away, it is a comic for all age groups, and if you like, I guess I would call it game lit fantasy. I think you will thoroughly enjoy this book. And if you want to get it or any of her other stuff, you could go on ckoepp.com, contact her there for it. And I know also all this cool swag of hers that she's got. She has an Etsy shop, and that I didn't even know about till I opened the inside cover of the comic book and saw a lot of the stuff that was offered on the Kickstarters also offered there as well, posters and the mugs and book bags and all sorts of wonderful things. So anyway, I'm very proud of her and Raul Cruz for doing that book, and the comic is based off of her book Animal Eye, and that. So, and I can't wait for issue 2 to come out.
Cool.
Yeah, very. Yeah, and there's a thing that some people get wrapped up in the project that's ongoing and forget to tell folks about the rest of the cool stuff.
Exactly.
And we really, okay, here we go. Hello, Michaela.
Hey, Michaela. Welcome to the show.
Yeah,
Wondering
still,
if Michaela had a
Go
good
ahead.
time at her show today. She was at, I believe, one of the cons today.
Yeah, I saw her post about that, and it looked like it was a really good time. But it's rather far away from us, basically.
Yeah.
So.
Joe Dog, question for you.
42.
Do you know the best? I don't even know how to put this. Best services to use for starting a website, like to use as merchandise website and maybe a newsletter, stuff like that.
I use Weebly.com and Teespring to make the merch.
Okay.
And then link the Weebly, the Teespring site through your Weebly.
Okay. Gotcha.
I know some people I've heard them talk about Sticker Mule for a few things, which I know that's a little limited, but they said it was relatively inexpensive.
There are other options, but it depends on your level of comfort with various web page design things. Not necessarily services, but you can actually write your own if you've got a company that you're hooked up with to post it on. That's the big hurdle. For Apelian, we do all the web pages ourselves. We just have a host that we upload stuff to. For other people, it's easier to use Weebly or what's the one that WordPress, I think, is another decent one, but there's lots of things depending on what you're comfortable with working with, basically. What you feel like doing on your own and what you want done automatically for you.
Okay.
And then,
I see a lot of them.
Michaela says.
And I'm very familiar with WordPress.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad. They can do some beautiful stuff for you.
I think a lot of people use MailChimp too, as far as for the newsletters. And I know a few of the Rising Tide people use it, and a couple other newsletters that I get from other friends of mine. But
we're just trying to get to a point to where we can set up a store for them, that decals and stuff like that, and shirts, and eventually go further than that.
Well, like Joe said, he uses a Teespring, and they're doing pretty good for Stupid O'Clock and Armchair Rocket Science and stuff like that.
HallowCon,
yeah.
I mean, we used to deal with T-shirts, and the people would order a T-shirt from us, and then we'd have to go out, pay for the T-shirt, have it printed, and then have to deal with them when we check in. With Teespring, it's like, okay, here's the T-shirt, on the website.
Yeah, here's the design. You order the size you want, the color you want. They'll do the work.
They'll do the work and send it directly to you. Please bring it to the convention.
Yep.
You know,
Right. Okay.
I mean, it takes a load off me trying to set up the convention.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was about to say that this takes out the middleman, and you just have to.
Well, yeah.
Much,
Having a service that will do stuff from a design, and they'll handle all the rest of it for you, is a real helpmeet right there.
Yeah.
Right.
And on demand too.
On demand and ship direct. Drop ship to you. So I mean, all I got to do is collect the what do they call it? And Ace just said he's just subscribed to Michaela's channel.
Smart man.
I was going to click it, and I guess John clicked it up there.
No, I clicked it up there.
You clicked it up there? Okay.
Yeah.
My residual is what they call it. The residual of the sale.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, I ain't getting much of a residual.
That's why it really helps if lots and lots and lots of people know about it, and lots of people buy something.
Yeah.
You can help support folks by spreading the word and telling them, hey, you can get this neat stuff here, and the money goes to the people that you love.
Yeah.
Well, that's our biggest thing. It's just trying to get the word out. And
yeah.
I mean, we've been, Bill, when we restart our group, what was it, March, maybe? I think it was in March when we restarted.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
And we're right at 2,000 people, and we're just getting restarted and everything. So
yeah, I noticed it just had a couple new members yesterday when I was looking at it.
Yeah, and they're we've got people in Hawaii, we've got people in Australia, and
you'll get worldwide attention. You really will. And that pays off in the long run. But in the short run, it might look kind of wimpy. But in the long run, it's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. And with a lot of the stuff we do, I mean, especially dealing with weather and stuff like that, I mean, that, like you said, long run, it will help out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I remember back in the days when you had to order all your T-shirts at one time, and they send you 20 extra large and 20 small and 20 medium and 22X, and then you prayed like hell you sold them all.
Yeah, you waited to get orders, and then you paid the shipping for them to go out.
Right.
And nowadays, you give them the design and let them handle all the details and the shipping and everything else, and you collect what little's left over.
Mm-hmm.
And which there's still companies that do that still. But if you want to go that way, because we've actually looked at that, I'm like, there's no way we can sit on that right now. Not now, at least.
Oh, wow. Good for you, Michaela.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
I just saw that, so I had to put it up there on the screen. That's wonderful for her.
Michaela, put that link up in the chat if you haven't already.
She can't.
Oh, she can't? Okay.
Give me just a minute. I will do it.
Yep. People making comments, they're kind of restricted from doing things like that, but
okay.
The absolute master of all creation, Joe Dog, can do anything.
Right.
Well, damn. There is only 8 Michaela Jades on YouTube.
Is that all?
I got to figure out which one's hers.
The pretty one.
Oh, okay. I know it's the one I'm subscribed to. Okay.
The ginger one, yeah. Boy, that just got by him.
Oh. There we go.
And now it's on all the pages.
Yep. It just showed this list of Michaela Jade, and I go, now figure out which one's her. And I'm scrolling down, looking at the pictures. Like, well, I can't tell. Then I look over and saw subscribe. So I scrolled back up and said, how about it's probably the one I'm subscribed to?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is a definite clue. As Sherlock Holmes would say, that's spelled C-L-E-W.
Yep.
Mm.
Somebody posted in one of the groups I get movies and stuff from the post in that Good Times with Dan page, and they had a Inspector Clouseau movie, and the way they spelled Clouseau, I had not a clue what it was until I actually looked at the video. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes it helps if you try and pronounce the jumble of letters and see if it actually makes a word.
Hey, when I can't remember, I go into Google and I hit the microphone and just say it. That's the easy way.
I don't dare do that because of my accent.
Hey, Google does not understand Southern. I'm sorry.
No,
it do not.
you can sit there and talk. Well, I was about to say Alexa's about the same way.
Yeah.
I don't need
Josh, have you heard my Google Assistant has turned on me?
No, I have not. I have not.
Hey, Google, what's my name?
Your name is Dumbass.
Thank you.
So how has it turned on you? I don't understand.
I think your wife has been reprogramming that thing while you're not in the house.
Or the cat has.
Oh, yeah. Blame the cat. Yeah. Those evil eyes.
You little bastards.
Yeah. In about 10 minutes, they'll be trying to climb your grandfather clock again.
No, I got them locked out.
Yeah, we've heard that before.
Or do a ninja jump on the back of Joe's head.
Ooh. The jump ain't so bad. It's when they stick the landing.
An emphasis on the word stick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, my neighbor that's going to, well, it's a company, it's an AC company that's going to do the AC work. He's wanting me to get one of them thermostats that I could do from the phone and talk. I'm like, man, my phone don't even understand me already. I'm like, what in the heck do I want that for? I was like, just
really?
a thermostat. This thing.
And that is now look at this. This is she has reached her life goal. She's laying in a hotel room with a bunch of men in the palm of her hand.
You know, I've seen that movie.
So she's the 40-foot woman.
I don't know if I've seen that movie, Dan, but I think I've seen one like it.
Yeah, but now you're desperately Googling the one with her. So, as are we all. And on another note, there's Keisha.
And Keisha's in here.
Hi,
so
Keisha.
Now we got to behave. Keisha's here.
Oh.
We got to behave because Keisha's here?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone. He's gone.
Good night.
Good night, sweet prince.
Check mark or checkmate? Okay, never mind.
What was that movie, speaking of big women, where it was based on the Fruit of the Gods, but it had a young Ronnie Howard in it, or not too young, but that he played like a brainy kid, and he created this stuff that made these people grow really huge. It was almost, I don't know if it was a Roger Corman movie or whatever. It would have came out in the late 60s.
There was a version of Food of the Gods that William Shatner was in, but I'm assuming that's not the one you're talking about.
I thought that was Kurt Russell.
He was in it too, but Ronnie Howard, donning on these big nerdy glasses, played this little scientist kid, kind of like a Sheldon type character. And when these one teenagers that came in from another town and ate this stuff or whatever, and they grew big, then they decided they were going to take over the town from them. And so they were trying to get them to eat this stuff to turn them back to normal size.
1965 Village of the Giants.
There you go.
His character is called Genius.
Genius, yeah. And if you, John, have you got the movie poster, theatrical poster for that on there?
Yes, I do actually. Hang on a second.
It's interesting.
Share screen.
That's not on Kurt Russell's IMDb.
Really?
I wonder if there's a reason for that.
I thought Kurt Russell was in it.
And that's why when you said Michaela had those men in the palm of her hand, I thought of that movie.
Now there was one more, and it was in the classic era. Lord.
Hey, Joe.
I have not had enough beer today, let me tell you.
I think you're thinking of a guy named Robert Random.
Okay.
And Bo Bridges was in it. Does that help?
Yeah.
Maybe it was Bo Bridges.
Yeah, they do.
It was made like a Frankie and Annette type movie. You know, there was a lot of comedy in that.
Bingo sort of thing.
Strangely enough, it is based on H.G. Wells' Food of the Gods.
Yep.
Yeah. And the director was Burt Gordon.
Okay. Not someone whose name rings a bell, but probably somebody was very, very good in the day.
Joe Turtle was in it.
Okay.
They used to show it on Svengoolie every once in a while, and it's an entertaining movie.
Here's something interesting. Tony Basil was in it.
Yes.
And a guy named Rance Howard.
That's Ron Howard's dad.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's in all of Ron's movies.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying.
And Tony Basil was dancing in it, too.
This is way before my time, so.
Oh, yeah.
Way before my time.
Well, I mean, that's a bit of trivia. I mean, Pia Zadora was in Santa Claus Conquers the Martians as a little girl.
Yes, she was.
Wow.
Yeah. She grew up fast, but not very far.
Nope.
That's why when I share Stupid O'Clock on my page, I always say, join us for some fun and you may learn something before it's done.
Ah, wait a minute. It is available on Amazon Prime.
Oh, wow.
I actually got that for free right now. So.
No, wait a minute. Currently unavailable to watch in your location. So you need your VPN.
Yep, you need your VPN to tell them you're in Norway or something.
Yeah.
Russia.
What?
Not on DVD?
What did Michaela say here? First time I've done a con by myself with no helper. I don't think I'll fly solo again. It's not as much fun. Yeah, it's always more fun when you have somebody right there to work with you and watch the table when you got to take a break or be on a panel or something.
Or at least know a bunch of people at the convention.
Yeah. Yeah, indeed. Now, where was I going? Oh. The other giant woman movie was one with Lou Costello, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was just one of those things where naturally it was played for laughs, but it was really, really neat to see Lou do this as the romantic lead of a movie. And evidently, for some strange reason, his girlfriend got huge, and not in the traditional sense, but in the giant woman sense.
And there's Chris Walker.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I actually watched the other day Lou Costello's last role.
Oh, which was that?
It was in Wagon Train.
Oh, wow.
The TV series?
The TV series.
Wow. That must have been neat.
He died 10 days after filming.
Oh, wow.
Of a massive heart attack at 53 years old.
Way too young.
And a great loss to comedy.
Yep.
Abbott and Costello were some of the people I grew up with as being just... they were right on up there with the Marx Brothers and the Ritz Brothers and
there isn't a physical comedy team anymore.
No.
Yeah. The stages.
Nobody can handle doing that work anymore because it's too rough on your body.
Yeah.
Even with modern safety measures, it would be impossible to insure the people.
I was going to say liability would be.
Oh, Lord, yeah. You'd never be able to do it.
Well, you heard where, oh crap. I just forgot her name. Black Widow.
Natasha
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson is suing Disney for,
for the simultaneous online as well as live theater release.
Yeah, because her contract said she gets a cut of the box office. All she did was open the floodgates, because I just saw in the news Gerard Butler is suing the studio over Olympus Has Fallen.
Boy, that's going way back. A few years back. But
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, there should be a mass movement to lawyer up now, because there have been a lot of studios that purposely undercut box office sales in order to keep from paying big bonuses to the people that were in the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Dan, they've been doing it since the teens.
Well,
they've been doing it since movies were on celluloid. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't mean the 20 teens. I mean the 19 teens.
I was going to say also with COVID, they especially shifted a bunch of it to streaming plus theaters. Like Disney, HBO Max. I mean, it's going straight to, both of them.
Well, if your contract says that you only get a cut of box office from theaters, and the movie company goes, "Oh well, we'll just stream everything and not pay you diddly," yeah,
they're in breach of their contract,
yeah.
So I can understand. Yeah,
and Michaela's saying they may have meant to open the floodgates.
I hope, and I hope it works. I really hope it works. The
mouse is lawyering up, though.
Damages on a lot of stuff that they've done over the years.
Yeah, well, here's the problem: when you throw the lawsuit at the mouse, remember, the mouse is paying their lawyer a salary, not by the hour.
Yeah. Right.
He's going to make that $750,000 if it goes in the courtroom or not.
Yep.
And he can always push it back.
Depends on how patient the judge is.
Yeah.
Man, depends on where it was filed at too. You got to think about that.
It would be nice to find some judges that would actually go, "Oh, really? Here's some fines and fees for you for delaying this.
Well, they ain't gonna do that because who's gonna buy them drinks at the country club the next weekend?
Guido. There are people that have more money than the mouse.
Oh yeah.
I know. I pay my union dues to them every week.
Oh, didn't you hear? Disney bought AFL-CIO.
No.
Did you say? Yeah, I know you was lying. Are you being for real?
No, I'm just.
No, I know.
Yeah.
They can't buy a labor union.
I told you my idea, Joe.
What?
You might be able to rent them, but you can't buy them outright.
We tell everybody that we got bought out by Disney, and then we send Disney a bill. They'll never know.
Yeah, it's just
You just have to put a mouse logo up here instead of the clock logo.
Yeah. Or put mouse ears on the clock logo.
I can put mouse ears on the clock. I can do that.
All right, Michaela.
As long as you don't play the music, they'd never know.
Have fun, Michaela.
Oh, no, they're actually going after images now.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, I hate to say it, but the way they're going at, I mean, how they screwed the Big 12 out of, Oklahoma wanted to leave the Big 12. I mean, we talked about this Thursday. They was going to leave the Big 12, 10 years ago. But, I mean, ESPN and Rabbit Ears, I mean, that's their own, But that's one of the Big 12s trying to cease and desist and all that. But they're going to end up probably suing them. But
the
Big
problem with
12,
Big 12 is Texas ruled them like their own personal fiefdom. They screwed everybody over. That's why Missouri left. That's why Nebraska left.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's what I was about
and
to
they
say.
had to have Oklahoma because Oklahoma's the only one that gave them any legitimacy.
Oh, yeah. And then the Big 12 is going to say all that about ESPN, them people that gave them money.
I had a guy at a convenience store ask my opinion on that earlier today, and I'm just standing there thinking, does it involve Georgia versus Tennessee? If not, why should I care? Because that's the only game I give a damn about all year long. I mean, we can play Marvin the Martian and the Warner Brothers cartoons on a monthly schedule. As long as I get to see Georgia and Tennessee duke it out on the field every year, I am a happy camper.
Hey, I'm happy if we get rid of Tennessee since they ain't been good. Which that's been one of the longest running. I think that is that in Georgia and Tennessee, I believe.
One of the longest running rivalries there's ever been.
But the longest running rivalry in the SEC is Georgia and Auburn. First started in like 1883, I believe.
Well, they took a break, did they not? Because Auburn went to an all-girls school, Georgia Polytech. Because that's why Alabama and Auburn took a break.
Well, the reason why Tennessee didn't play Auburn is because General Neyland didn't think that Auburn was worthy competition.
But they went to all-girls school, Auburn did.
Okay.
During the 20s, right before World War, or right after World War One, before World War II, right there, right before the Great Depression.
I don't know. I just know that when it's the CBS game of the week, they said it was the oldest rivalry in the SEC. It started in 1883. There's a longer rivalry, I think, between Minnesota and I don't know if it's Iowa or Wisconsin, but I think that's one of the few that's longer than it. And it's I forgot how many years longer.
Chris, is it possible for you to tilt your camera down a little bit more? We can't even see your bottom lip much. There you go. Now we can see your whole face.
Hey, Chris.
I moved my legs.
You moved your legs.
Where are you from? Tennessee, Georgia?
I live in the northwest corner of Georgia.
Okay, so
I'm east
I'm
of
assuming. See, I'm gonna assume, which is not a good thing to do, but you either Georgia or Tennessee fan. So.
Yes, I am a Georgia fan.
Okay, but
I do try and root for other SEC teams as long as they're not playing Georgia.
Yeah.
Well, I'll root for any team other than Auburn. So.
Chris is my hotel liaison for HallowCon.
Okay.
Chris can be at the hotel in about 12 minutes.
And by the way, Joe,
yeah,
I'm still working on trying to get the dates figured out on that. My wife, her schedules
crazy.
don't come out that far out.
Yeah.
So she works at VA here in town. So.
Well, she's in early for enough. Maybe she can get it.
As soon as she can get something figured out, I will get something over there. If I got to stay at a different freaking hotel, so.
Well, we're the cheapest hotel in the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're kind of up on a hill away from everything else, so you kind of got a nice view of the sweeping area.
Okay.
And the rooms are really nice. A lot of them have undergone renovation. Now they haven't been able to renovate all of them yet, but most of them have luxury vinyl tile flooring, updated furniture and fixtures, and they're really nice.
We almost had to cancel HallowCon yesterday.
Oh wow!
That storm that came through yesterday evening.
Oh yeah,
Chris,
that line that came through up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never hit the ground, but it spun up a tornado right at the mountain where 75, that long straightaway on 75 before it dog legs around into the rocky face. It spun up. There were pictures on Facebook of it.
Yeah.
Of the funnel cloud, and I was on the phone. Y'all okay over there? It just rained here.
I think I posted that warning on there actually. on my stuff.
You remember the hotel the tornado that hit Ringgold a few years ago?
Yes, some of us remember that.
That mountain was the only thing that kept it from hitting Dalton.
Yeah.
And the bad thing about this area is if a tornado gets into one of these valleys, it's hard for it to get out because of all the surrounding mountains. Now, I know some people out west would be like, mountains, those aren't mountains. Well, for here, they're mountains.
Yeah. John Hines asked, where is Dan? Dan is indisposed right now. He's either on a beer run or
bio break.
But yeah, as soon as I know something on her schedule, I'll definitely know. I can kind of figure it out, but it's still not a definite. But either way,
yeah,
I'll slide down the hill down there to John's house.
Yeah. Well, Josh, if you show up, I might put you to work on the grills.
That's fine with me.
Oh yeah, threaten him with a good time.
Hey, I love cooking.
All right, it's time to pull out the big guns.
Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna have to take me a break now. I shall return.
This is one. Well, Josh has took off.
No, go ahead.
Ace is asking, do you remember the tornado in Salt Lake City a few years back?
It must have been a few years. I've forgotten that. I'm sure I heard about it.
I don't even remember that one. That was like 2015, I think. Maybe 5 years ago. It might have been 2017.
Bill, your microphone's not muted, but I didn't hear what you said. Check the plugs.
Pull your mic down. Oh.
Sounds like a dog.
Yeah.
He needs a new mic.
That is the new one.
I'll be right back.
It keeps coming unplugged on him.
Mike's his dog.
Nope.
Bill, no copy.
Check the plug.
Check. Plug looks good from here.
I'm wondering if it's his input thing on his tablet.
It could be. Nope.
No.
Still can't hear you. Your lips are moving, but you ain't coming in.
I bet you can hear me now.
Yep. Is there an automatic cutoff when you raise the microphone?
No. If I hit the button.
Hit his button. I'll let y'all figure this one out.
Yep.
And now you can. I grabbed it and didn't realize I hit the button.
You, Bill.
Yep. Oh, shut up, John.
John, we don't want to hear you, John.
Shut up, Christian.
Yeah. No, I'm just not. This is a mute and a volume all in one on this, and I'm just not used to it yet.
And
I should do it like this.
Aren't you supposed to be taking Charlie to the chocolate factory?
Yeah, right. My point was that different memes can carry over from different groups. There's always one that you want to say, oh, please, just don't say that. And sometimes you are that man. And other times you are the man that we cannot do without whatsoever.
Well, what I was saying before I muted myself was when they were talking about the tornado, I said, we have so many of them so often up here. I said, you'll have to do better than that to figure out which one you're talking about, you know. They're nonstop up here.
Yeah, some of my neighbors are still cleaning up the mess from a couple of weeks ago when a tornado went through their yard and destroyed some stuff. I mean, seriously, they've got, thank God it wasn't the house, but they had a nice little picnic pavilion that it got totaled. It got totaled. Think of it as a metal pole barn with a metal roof, and it's gone. I mean, it's just gone. There's a tree right across the road from my driveway. It looks like somebody took a corkscrew to it and twisted the top right out of it. I mean, it's 20 feet shorter than it was last year.
Oh, yeah. When we had not this last Easter tornado, but several years back in the 90s, we had an Easter tornado up here. And of course, I think, since it was never found, this guy's bass boat and trailer disappeared during the tornado. But it has never been found.
What did you do with it?
I didn't do nothing with it.
File off the serial numbers, a coat of spray paint. It's auctionable.
I think that's probably what happened to it. He used the tornado to
get a new boat.
Yeah. Or get out from under a boat.
Yeah, that there is a reason why people call boats a hole in the water that you pour money into.
Bill, we're on the southeastern end of Tornado Alley, western Georgia, from about just above Columbus. Carroll County and Carrollton's real bad to get them, and then we're hit or miss in this part of the state. And I've got relatives that live in Kansas City, Missouri area, so they're right in Tornado Alley.
We've got a couple of small ones around here. The geography is just such that every time there's like 4 or 5 possible paths they can go through, and depending on how north or south they actually are, depends on which trailer park gets wiped out this time.
Yeah.
And they always put the trailer parks right back. I don't understand it. It's like, does God have something against trailers?
Well, I was going to say to Chris, if you look at the climatology now on tornadoes in like the last 15 years, Tornado Alley actually is starting to shift southeastern.
Yeah.
And
I noticed.
which I live in Tuscaloosa County, and I went through that F4, F5, EF4,
2011.
2011. Depends on who you talk to. I mean, it officially was an EF4, but yeah, it was a fun ride. But I live in the very southwestern part of Tuscaloosa County now.
Okay.
And which is freaking, if a storm comes into Tuscaloosa, it's coming through right at the interstate.
Yeah.
I live a spit's throw from the interstate down here, where I'm at now. And this year alone, there was 3 tornadoes within a mile of our house. I mean,
well, the thing I remember about the one that hit Ringgold a few years ago is I had a friend, coworker that used to come to HallowCon fairly often, but after that tornado, he when the weather warnings came, he would freak out after that. And my dad knew a family that died, man, his wife, and 2 little kids, and it really messed with Dad's head because, Dad really thought a lot of that person. And the fact that he shared the same first name with me just really got to my dad.
Yeah.
And
trauma is trauma. It doesn't matter the cause. It's devastating.
Yeah.
Well, I was about to say, I mean, that tornado in 2011, I think ended up being 56 people just in Tuscaloosa County.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
State Alabama was like over 200, like 220, 240. Yeah, my grandmother passed away in our house. I was in that. So
we have a town, Ogden, Illinois, which is about 15 miles west of me. It's not a large, it's more of a village than a town, but it's probably got about 800 people living there. In the last 50 years, there's been probably 5 or 6 tornadoes that's went through and just about entirely wiped out Ogden almost each and every time. But the largest tornado outbreak in Illinois happened to be in Ogden on April 19th of 1996, and that was a F2. And I just looked it up on Google because I know it did the most damage and that. They had a path length of 6 miles, and from 6:18 p.m. to 6:28 p.m. On April 19th. It passed northeast directly through the middle of Ogden. It destroyed over 68 homes, 12 businesses, 3 churches, library, the grade school, the whole east side of town, and it also killed a woman in the semi as the tornado crossed Interstate 74, which is east and west interstate going by her. I mean, it just, and if you drive through Ogden today, which will not take you very long to do so, you can tell the path of the tornado going through Ogden by noticing which homes are the old 2-story, 70, 80, 90-year-old homes and which ones are newer modulars. And, you know, just from the path of how it got rebuilt. And they used to have 3 huge, well, they had a grain elevator there, and they used to have the grain bins, huge ones that were, there was a row of, I think it was 4 or 5 of them. And the one that went through in 1977 or 79, I remember going over there to check on my great aunt and uncle who lived there in Ogden. And those grain bins that were about a half a block away from them, it looked like they were just tinfoil that somebody just crunched and just smashed down to the ground.
Yeah.
It was just incredible.
Josh jumped out. There he is.
Well, now, I was gonna say, Bill, I can't believe that the 74 outbreak up there wasn't more deadly than that, or bigger tornadoes than that, because you had the Xenia, and I mean, it was.
Yeah, the one from '96 was that was according to weather.gov that they said that was Illinois' largest one there.
I mean, you had a tri-state tornado. I mean, you had, I mean, just massive damn. I mean, it was like 3 or 4 days of just outbreaks in 74.
Oh yeah.
Ace Bonnie was talking about the Utah tornado. Said it jumped.
99.
Said it jumped, or 99. Said it jumped the Mormon temple in its path and then touched back down.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, even tornadoes when it mess with the Mormons.
Yeah.
Well, I was just about to say where the F4 came. Y'all, Dan, you was talking about trailer park. It wiped out all the trailers. That was, I mean, right out the road from me. I'd probably say 8 blocks from my grandmother's house. Every house around me, every house in that neighborhood, and there was a church. It had been built 2 years, maybe. It's called Sama. It was a non-denominational church, but that church did not have one lick of damage to it.
Oh yeah, it's weird.
I mean, it's amazing how them things will pick up and jump. I mean, but that tornado was almost 2.5 miles wide, I think.
The 2011 outbreak, one of the local pilots went up and started, flying the path backwards, just following the damage backwards. The storm from Tuscaloosa left a trail all the way through Ringgold, Georgia.
Yeah, I believe it, because I got a check stub from Georgia. Somebody mailed me a check stub from Georgia. That shows how much lift, how powerful, and how much lift that storm had.
Yeah, but it was crazy because there's so many storms. I mean, on the ground at the same time. I mean, they couldn't keep up with it. I mean, it was just going off.
Well, even in my neck of the woods, which I'm further east and south of Ringgold, there was a tornado that touched down over a year ago. That's 3 miles from my house. That's how close. I didn't even know we had tornado sirens in this county. That's how little we often get hit with tornadoes. Now, thunderstorm is another activity.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, my neighbors that had the tornado damage, they're like 150 yards away.
There was a small town up in Indiana, just north of Danville, about 20 miles, called Hedrick, Indiana. And Hedrick is right in the tornado alley up there. And a tornado that they had up there in 1974 ripped through on a Sunday. It bounced over the top of the Baptist church and came down, I think it was like 350 feet beyond it, and totally wiped out the school. Now, the church was full of people, and because it was a Sunday, the school was empty. So you talk about God steering things pretty well. He did that day.
Well, I was going to say that tornado, April 27th tornado, it went straight down pretty much University Boulevard in Alberta. It took out Baptist Church, Methodist Church. I mean, churches has been in Tuscaloosa for 100 years. Took out a school they had just got through building, elementary school in Alberta. I mean, it took out, it was wiped. Most all that stuff was wiped down to the ground, and which I think, Joe, I think you've seen that. I think you've seen what my house looked like. I know, Bill, you've seen what was left of my house.
The foundation.
Yeah. Well, the storm that I was telling you about that was about 3 miles from my house had a coworker had severe damage to her home, and then I had a high school classmate that was literally buried underneath rubble, and he's just now been able to start walking, and it's been well over a year. So those things are not fun.
No, but and then again, there's nothing you can do.
Oh no.
And when it comes, if you don't have a storm shelter to climb into, you just got to ride it out. I mean, you haven't done enough warning to make an escape.
Yeah.
No.
And that's the reason I've always been fascinated with weather, but thanks to that was my granddad, I guess, given to me that and
well, they grew
planting garden.
Oh yeah,
but
I can relate.
Well, that just goes to show you the difference between a hurricane and a tornado. A hurricane, you might have a week's warning.
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah. Tornado, you're lucky if you get 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I was about to say. That's the reason I try to. I might stay up for freaking 24 hours doing what I do, staying on radar and trying to get warnings out.
Well, Chris and John may remember this. The tornado that hit the Chickamauga Dam.
Wow.
And Dan, that's my neighborhood.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I walked out of I just heard a weird noise outside. So I was out in that was when my storage shed in the back was my man cave. My man cave, Josh, has high-speed internet, cable TV, telephone line, power, AC, heat, everything. But I heard a weird noise outside, and I walked outside, and I looked up and saw a purple cinnamon bun in the sky, and I'm like, oh, fuck.
That ain't good.
I mean, the funnel hadn't come down yet, but the rotation had already begun in the cloud. when you have to look straight up to see it, it's like, oh God. I mean, I just run in the house and just start grabbing Donna and the kids and grabbing them headed to the bed. You know, we got an L-shaped hallway. I was closing the bathroom door and they're going, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, just stay here. Don't move. And I'm like, you know, I gave it like 2 or 3 minutes and nothing happened. So, you know, of course, you go outside and see what happened. I walked outside and my neighbor's standing on his front porch and he goes, damn, that was close. I said, was that what I thought it was? He said, yeah, I saw it touch down and hit the dam.
Wow.
He's from Ohio, so he knows what they look like.
Yeah.
Joe went outside and looked up and he says, look, a cow.
No.
I was outside when the one hit my house. The only reason I actually ended up taking shelter, I mean, I had everybody in the hallway and everything like that. I was, you know, my grandmother's house was built, I think, 1957, 58.
Oh, when they built houses. When they built houses.
But it had an outside laundry room, and that's where I was going to go into. And that's where I ended up anyways. But I never did actually see the tornado. It just looked like a big dust cloud, but I felt it before anything. It felt like a daggum earthquake. And it sounded like a jet engine. People say it sounds like a freight train.
Exactly. It sounds like a jet.
Yes.
Yep. During the one that hit here the most recently, I was at work, unable to get home, and my wife called my mother like 3 miles away and said, "There's a tornado going. You need to get in the basement." And my mama says, "Oh, it's just a tornado. It's been there, done that."
Hi, John.
Hey, John. Welcome to the show.
John.
Hey, John.
My grandmother, she was the same way. She would not. That was the only time. Well, she would get in the hallway, but she would not. There's a fallout shelter that a guy built, and during the 50s.
Yeah.
I don't know how deep that thing was, but it was deep.
Popular thing to do then.
Oh yeah, but she would not go down in it. Well, she was claustrophobic, number one.
There's cockroaches down there.
Yeah. But heck, that thing the room was twice the size of the room I'm sitting in right now. I mean, or probably 3 times the size of this room. But she would not go down in that room. And I wasn't going to leave my grandmother sitting there by herself, which there was 6 of us in that house. And everybody in the house that was in that hallway got thrown out of the house. The only way you was going to really not get hurt in that tornado was be underground. So.
Yep.
And still to this day, my wife, we got a tornado siren probably less than a quarter mile up the road right here. If it goes off, my wife, she'll freak out and start, which I don't blame her.
Yeah, John said he's at Superman Celebration with the Rising Tide crew. That's probably where everybody's at.
Yep.
And he just saw Jungle Cruise, and it was amazing. All right.
That's good to know.
Good.
What somebody thought of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm amazed at the reactions of the people that actually watched the movie and the reactions of the critics.
I heard one of them call it.
It's trash, and the people that actually watch it going, "Oh wow, this is pretty neat." I mean, it's not the best movie I've ever seen, but it's really neat.
Right.
Well, what you do is you watch the critics, and if they hate it, go see it because it's probably the best movie out.
If they love it, it's a piece of crap.
Oh yeah,
buy more popcorn.
Usually, but sometimes when they love it, it's just that good. I mean, they can't even find something wrong with it.
Well,
I saw one yesterday that was talking about Jungle Cruise, and he said it should have been called CGI Cruise. And I got to look and see where he was from, and I'm like, I didn't even recognize the organization that this guy was with. But
and John says it's best movie in years. Okay.
How many, John?
In our houses due to contamination for the last 2 years.
Well, I'm going to get to see it because we have a shared Disney Plus account with my daughter, and they're supposed to get it tomorrow night, so I'll watch it Sunday.
Cool.
I've got a nice VPN, so I'll leave it at that.
Oh, okay.
I liked the Black Widow movie. It wasn't great, but it was pretty good. I don't regret spending money on a ticket.
Sad part about that is our movie theater here has closed down 3 different times. It closed down the first time because of the COVID. It's closed down 2 more times because they can't get enough people to come work.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one in Savoy that just permanently closed, and it's a beautiful, beautiful theater over there just south of Urbana. And one of my school friends took her grandsons there to see the last movie.
Ouch.
I miss the old movie houses.
Man.
Yeah.
Oh, there were so many around here. They were really, really neat. And
I mean, you had one screen, and it was like going into a fancy theater. Now you can't tell the difference between one theater and another because they all look just alike.
Yeah.
I was going to say we have it's called the Bama Theater, and that thing has been here for longer as I've been alive. I don't know when it was actually built. But it has, the balcony and a lower level, and it has one drop down screen. They'll play old movies, stuff like that. Nothing new, but they do plays and stuff like that in there too. Also, I mean, just
so they got a good stage,
Yeah.
Yeah, we call that the Tivoli Theater here.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's also one in Dalton called The Wink, but it was purchased by a church group. But every now and then they'll do a special show or screening or something there. But
yeah, John's saying the movie palaces still exist, but yeah, they're few and far between, and a lot of times they're subsidized.
And,
I was just about to say this. The city has started doing. They have a big green space downtown, which that's fine. They need to do. Have stuff for community, and I think it's on Friday nights during the summer. Which, yeah, that's great in freaking Alabama when it's 100 degrees outside. But they show movie. They do a drop screen and show movies down there for free for the community. So.
No, leave that up there. I was trying to see who was playing.
Dwight Yoakam.
September 10th.
That almost looks just like the one we've got.
1964 tribute and The Apartment.
That almost looks identical. Ours is on the corner though.
Yeah.
Now that
Atlanta has one called the Fox.
The Fox Theater. Yes, I was just about to ask John to look that up. I've been there one time for a concert by the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra in the Fox. That was one of the most amazing days of my life. I had never seen a theater that deluxe before.
I was going to say we've had the one concert I've been to in hours.
It's off Peachtree.
Blackjack. Is it the Blackjack Orchestra?
Oh, Black Jacket Symphony.
Yeah,
Yes.
they've been in ours a couple of times, and they're awesome.
I want to go see I don't care what they're playing, but it sounds like you're listening to whatever album they're covering.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one I went to was they covered Pink Floyd.
I believe that's the side of it.
Yeah, the Fox is done up like a Arab
Arabian Nights
or
yeah.
Bazaar, and they have a ceiling that is like the nighttime sky of Arabian Nights.
Yeah, you can actually see the stars move.
And it
on
has
the ceiling.
And it has some of the best acoustics around, from what I've heard.
It is amazing, and they've got this molar organ that rises up from the floor like something from Phantom of the Paradise. And oh Lord, it's gorgeous inside, and as Chris said, the acoustics are perfect, and it's an event to be able to go and see anything there.
If you like blues, the Tedeschi Trucks Band, which is Derek Trucks,
Susan Tedeschi,
yes,
his wife.
They did a video of a live performance of Midnight in Harlem. I love that song, and I love the acoustics, and they filmed it from there.
If I had known, I would try to get tickets to go see Wicked there. I don't care what the parking's like, which is abysmal because it's Atlanta.
Yeah, and it's downtown.
Yeah,
or it's midtown actually. It's actually midtown, but
is that where this is at right here, Atlanta?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
And the Fox has plays. They sometimes show movies. They have concerts there.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the Bank of America building. It's near it.
There you go.
I was about to see the ceiling, and the one here almost looks identical. It's almost, they actually have, it kind of looks like stars. They have an hour. It has like, they kind of blend. Yeah.
Yeah. Where you see the blue there, you can see the clouds where they're doing a projection on the ceiling. When the lights get dim, there are actually stars that cross the ceiling, like you were actually sitting outside at night. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. At one time, somebody was wanting to tear it down, and it became a historical site in order to save it.
They actually had a Save the Fox Foundation, which raised money to restore it to its glory. And they did that here in the 70s or 80s, I think. And,
there's that organ right there. Yeah.
Scroll back up about two. Yeah. Somewhere in there.
I was going to go see Hamilton and a couple of concerts there, but COVID kind of that.
I have to get John. I have to get you to look up Bama Theater in Tuscaloosa, see if you can get a street view of that.
There's also a theater in Calhoun, Georgia, which is called the Gym Theater. And
there's the organ right there.
Okay, yeah, that's amazing.
They really need to do a showing of the Abominable Dr. Fives.
Or one of the versions of Phantom of the Opera. The restrooms. Straight 1920s restrooms, yeah.
Hot on the left, cold on the right.
Subway tile.
That thing is amazing. Just to watch it rise up out of the floor is amazing. To hear it is even more so.
All right. What was that theory you were talking about there?
Bama Theater, Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm going to throw one up that Bill just sent me. That's the one close to his.
Yeah, that. Ignore the second picture, Joe. I didn't mean. I'm getting a picture for you of the interior. That's the Fisher Theater that was originally built as the Danville Opera House back in 1884. and it just recently went through a renovation. And we at one time had Dick Van Dyke, Jerry Van Dyke, Gene Hackman, Bobby Short, all these people that came there some years ago, of course. Donald O'Connor's another one. They came there to do a benefit to raise money to restore the Fisher Theater. And I'm getting ready to send you the interior shot here.
All right. I'll go ahead and pull that down. Bring John's back up. If
I can find it.
Yep.
I download it, but then I don't see it on my page here. But hang on just a second.
I'm about to tap out, guys. Good grief. I just hit my wall.
In fact, Georgia State University restored the Rialto Theater, which is a smaller old style.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
At ours, they do a lot more plays. They do a lot of stuff for schools and stuff like that, like beauty walks and stuff like that.
Well, it looks like a very nice theater, and I'm glad they're doing something with it because those places need to be used. And
that last picture he just showed, that was before it was renovated. With the old ticker right there. Now they've got an electronic one on top instead of the old one.
And one of the greatest albums ever released was made at the Fox Theater.
Allman Brothers?
No.
Play it pretty for Atlanta.
You damn straight.
There it was a long, long time ago.
WTBC. Back when there was a radio station in it.
Yeah, I was about to say, that was about the time. That was right after they might have still had the, used to be a trolley in downtown.
Yep.
All right, guys, I'm gonna tap out. I just ran out of gas.
I just sent you that interior shot, Joe.
Okay,
the Fisher.
All right, let me get that for Bill. Yeah, that second one you sent it, that was that crazy look I got. Like, what the hell is that?
Yeah. No, that's.
Appreciate that.
Oh, wow. That is gorgeous.
Let us see.
Just as soon as I can get it up.
That's what she said.
Shut up, Christian.
I was about to say about 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
And that picture doesn't really do it justice, but there are plenty other ones that you can choose from that will show a lot of the architecture.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Atlanta Symphony Hall is a pretty nice place to listen to a concert to.
Yep.
As well.
Yeah, that is beautiful. It's a triple decker.
Oh yeah, you got 2 balconies.
A severe thunderstorm watch has been issued for your location.
I don't know who that was.
That was my phone.
Oh.
Severe thunderstorm.
Yeah, it just came across mine too as soon as you said that.
Or Chattanooga.
Yep. Now there are 2 theaters on University of Georgia campus. One is mainly meant for plays, and the other one is basically for midnight movies. They have done lots of things. The one for midnight movies is actually the psychology auditorium. So you go in there, you know you're going to see something bent and twisted. You go in the other one, you're either going to see a play or you're going to see a concert, and it's going to be good. And it's rather intimate seating because both of them are tiny. I mean, really tiny. If you put 500 people in there, it's going to be crowded. No what?
Jesus. My phone.
11:32 Central Daylight Time was severe thunderstorm watch for Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee.
A whale.
And my phone just died.
Oh dear, that's not good.
At least you got that warning out on it before it died.
Yeah.
It was suicide. I ain't going through another storm.
No.
Now, it died because it says the battery was dead.
And watch the battery have a 70% charge. Oh my God! I'm looking at the radar.
Yeah, y'all about
the weather
to get,
channel.
You're about to get hammered, Joe.
Middle Tennessee is drowning.
Yes, severe thunderstorm.
Yeah, and it's heading straight for us.
Yeah, I mean
really.
that's some straight.
Put it up on the screen, John.
I can do that.
Show us some live radar.
It's about to bury Knoxville.
Off for showing the weather channels right.
Straight line winds.
Yeah,
I'm gauging some.
It's coming
southeast.
East-southeast.
Yeah.
It's coming south-southeast. It's not going east fast enough to be east.
Here's where Joe lives. So looks like you're going to get it at 5 in the morning, Joe.
I've got 55 mile an hour.
No, it looks like it's going to die out right before it gets to us.
No, that ain't dying out.
With that much red and yellow, it might slack off a bit, but you're gonna get hammered.
It's starting to bow out.
I'm bringing John's up.
There's still enough humidity in the air that
dew point's high. And
5 in the morning, last man standing will probably be just ending then.
Yeah, I've got 55 mile an hour winds.
I need to open up some windows and get the cool air in here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could.
Yeah, we got 60 degrees up here right now. Nice, cool evening.
Well, we had something like 85 outside at dark.
New warning just got issued for. We got everything in Tennessee. More Lincoln and Franklin.
They're saying I don't have to worry about it until about 7 o'clock in the morning.
More Lincoln and Franklin, Wayne, Perry, Lewis, Warren, Rutherford, Marshall, Coffee, Cannon, and Bedford. All severe thunderstorm warnings.
Hey, Josh, that last hurricane that did a lot of damage to Tuscaloosa, was that around 2018, somewhere in there?
Hurricane or tornado?
I mean, tornado.
All right, I'm gonna cut. If it's not right on top of me, I'm gonna go get a nap because it'll wake me up.
Oh, definitely.
It'll wake you up till 5.
Yeah.
It will wake you up. Believe me.
That's gonna wake you up.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks for showing up, guys. Don't burn the house down while I'm gone.
Yo, you can hang on for 20 minutes.
We ain't gonna burn it down. The tornado's gonna whip it away.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
We had no. Yeah.
All right. Good night, y'all.
See you, Joe. Be safe.
Good night, Joe.
I'll wake you up.
He doesn't have to worry. He's got enough dogs to wake him up. But it starts getting thunder, and I'm pretty sure they'll wake him up.
They'll be under the bed.
But I don't know what's wrong with my dog. He's a mute. Well, he's old and blind, but he don't even bark no more. But Fultondale, Fultondale, was it this year? Or it was either this year or last year. They had It was in January or February. They had a EF3 or EF4.
Yeah, that's in between Tuscaloosa and Birmingham, isn't it? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, it's kind of on the outskirts of Birmingham on the other side. Yeah, it's on the other side of Birmingham, but out Metro Birmingham.
Yeah.
Looks like something's going through Nashville right now too, there, Josh.
Now, are you seeing what I'm trying to share, or what am I doing wrong?
I can't see anything you're sharing.
Yeah.
If I could share mine, I mean, I don't know how to share anything on this thing.
I don't have administrative rights, so
yeah, I was about to say I could share y'all some good stuff on mine. So.
Oh, okay, okay. I see how to do it now. I was
do it now. Do it now.
He doesn't have to do it now. He can do it when he gets home.
Now, there you go. Middle Tennessee is getting washed away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
And you can see if you can see my cursor there, you can see where I'm at. So I'm okay. But look down here in southern Alabama and southern Georgia. There's some more going up into North Carolina, and then my oldest daughter up here in Virginia is getting flooded out, and she's right on the beach. So that ain't gonna be fun.
Nope. Don't ever want to live by the water.
That line will be hitting down. That whole line's going to drop.
There's a lot of people that want to be near the beach, though.
I would not. I mean, I like the beach, but I would not live on it.
Mm-mm. I would definitely have to take precautions.
I wouldn't mind visiting the beach, but living there all the time, I don't know if I could go for that.
Put me on top of a mountain.
Or at least significantly above sea level where I don't have to worry about flooding.
I was about to say, I've got our group has got a team. If it's below 105 mile an hour hurricane, we're going to intercept. So why I agreed to that, I don't know, because I really don't want to sit. I don't want to sit in 105 mile an hour winds for 8 hours. It just depends on how fast it's moving. So
I have often wondered why mobile home parks in floodplain areas don't require the trailers to come with pontoons and
I don't know why
so they can go up about 60 or 70 feet and then float back down once the water recedes. But
I don't know why they allow them to be built.
Yeah,
or removed in them areas. But.
Assembled. That's the word you're looking for. Assembled. They're not built. They're bolted together.
Yeah.
From pre-manufactured pieces.
Well, it's the same way
I think I know the answer, Dan.
Oh?
I think it's so they can get the television crews out there to film them, and it's like, we don't know what happened.
Well, there goes another one floating down the road.
Yeah, really. And why do they always film the people with 3 teeth wading waist deep through the water going, I lost everything?
Well,
that's the drama they're looking for.
You didn't lose your trailer. Your trailer just got turned into a houseboat is all.
Well, that's the point of having the pontoons. You put an outboard on it, too. You can try and fight the current and stay somewhere near where you're supposed to be.
Throw a few boat motors on that joker.
Yeah, really.
On the west side of Danville, there's a real low area called the Warrens Addition that is a high floodplain through they call it a river, but I just call it a large creek. But anyway, the people that live down there, they've tried to get them out of there forever. And one of my good friends still lives down there and he will not move for nothing. But anyway, none of them can get flood insurance because of this. And my friend's neighbor that lives across the street from him, he has a modular, and we've seen him have this modular raised up in the air, basically taking his typical 1-story modular and making it a 2.5-story modular, just so that he could stay above the water level. And the city inspector must have been down there about every other day to see that he was doing things correctly, but you just didn't know.
I really have my doubts that it's going to work against a stiff current.
Well, see, when that tornado hit Tuscaloosa, well, all of them tornadoes hit Alabama, they supposedly passed a law that any trailer park, newly built trailer park, had to have tornado shelters built. It was supposed to have a community for the trailer park.
Yeah.
And I can count right now probably 5 or 6 that's been built in Tuscaloosa that has not one single tornado shelter or anything in it. So I don't know if they were grandfathered in because they were torn down by, I don't know how all that law crap works, but I'm just saying they ain't got a freaking tornado shelter in it. So they shouldn't have been able to rebuild back without having, shelters in it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You might want to bounce that last comment there, guys.
Sorry. I'm set up for something else.
Yeah. I was just typing it to you in the private chat, but I seen somebody else got in there, and Chris did. Commented ahead of me.
I thought he was already dead.
No, I think that one's still alive.
Well,
I mean, I could be wrong, but
hey, I'm no expert. I mean, shit. I'm 60 something. What do I need that shit anymore for?
I mean, hell, if Ron Jeremy's still alive,
that's probably a bot.
Yeah, more than likely. And a Russian one at that.
Where was he rushing to?
Probably the Social Security office to get a new check.
Bot or a doofus, one or the other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that seems to be our luck nowadays.
When I'm talking to Josh on Zello, every once in a while we get somebody that comes in there, and you never, and the Zello walkie-talkie app, if you're the people got to ask to be allowed to come in on the chat, whether you got a group set up or you're just doing private chat. These people find a way to get in there. And
I know.
We regularly have to bounce somebody, and we'll block them and everything, and then they start up and got a new IRL, and then come back again. Just like the car warranty people that call you 5 times a day.
Oh, I had a porn bot hit me up Friday night during Last Man Standing, going, "Oh, I would love to be your friend." And I check out the Facebook profile and I go, "Well, you would love to be my friend, but why do you only have friends that are elderly gentlemen? And you only have 5 pictures, and they're all the same picture."
Yeah. I have to look carefully because, I do have legitimate people that want to be my friends that I don't know. But when I check and I see they're following my artwork page or whatever, so it's like, okay, they're a fan, that's one thing, and that's okay, and you got to promote anyway. But anyway, I jump through a lot of hoops just to make sure that they're legit and not a Facebook prostitute or something. Kind of like the ones that Carl always shows that he gets the request for the friend requests. You get those are the obvious ones, but then there's some
spam bot.
Yeah. Some other ones are not.
Well, gentlemen, hang on. I've got to pull a skunk here.
I'm glad I didn't come in.
You did that
halfway
almost as well
through
as skunk did.
Yeah,
Hey.
I'm glad I didn't come in halfway through that discussion when Bill called himself a prostitute.
Oh, you would probably had something really pithy to comment with, and I do mean that with the TH in the middle of the word. Now,
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, somebody posted where apparently there's this adult actress, I think her name's Danny Daniels, that gets used for a lot of these bot and spammer and fisher accounts. And she's like, no, I will not be asking you directly for money. And I'm just thinking, wow, she had to have had her picture used a ton of times to comment on something like that on her actual page.
Yep, and sometimes it's like it's just, I'm sorry, ma'am, but your identity has been stolen so many times. You might as well be a stamp.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of them, they don't necessarily just steal their identity; they just steal their pictures and use it for a profile picture. But
yeah, it's cloning an account.
Yeah.
And of course, the other ones that are not the bots occasionally come in and want to become a friend. And I see a lot of mutual friends, but then as soon as you accept their friendship, they get in there and everything on there, they're doing on-site auctions, or they're just pushing this and pushing that.
Tailored to your interests, yeah.
Well, they think they are, but
I shall return. And we are just 7 minutes away from the end of the show, guys.
Yep.
Make it quick.
And then Dan's got to get rolling on his.
Chris, you have admin rights on this?
No, I don't.
Ain't nobody
they keep leaving me in charge of this stuff.
Hey, I just found out tonight that I could put a comment up on the screen. I didn't even know I could do that. But
really?
Apparently that's,
If you're on the show, you can do it in the private chat.
Well, yeah, I can do private chat. I can comment back to other people, like the regular chat. But.
Yeah, the comments, all you can do is respond to them on the actual stream.
Yeah, you got to go to where the comments come from to respond to them.
Yeah.
Well, I could respond to them here, but it would respond to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Facebooks, 2 YouTubes, and whatever that last one is that I don't have anything to do with.
Yeah. Yeah, the reason I don't have administrative rights, John, is I can't always make the show, and I've been trying to make it. I've been trying to make it a little more often here lately, but Joe has not seen fit to bestow those rights upon me yet.
Oh. He gave it to Dan. His standards can't be that high. Now we got 5 minutes left.
Well, that's because Dan took over his after show duties. He's like, here, I'll let you do this so I don't have to.
Yeah. Joe just wants to go to sleep.
Joe likes to delegate, and yes, he does like to go to sleep because those dogs want to get up and pee about 5 or 7 a.m. whether he wants to get up then or not.
That's why I have a doggy. That's why I have a doggy door. My blind dog can find that doggy door. I promise you, he knows how to get it.
Well, Joe's pets require extra special attention because they're not the brightest stars in the nighttime sky. I mean, they're lovable, but they ain't right bright.
I think the cats are, because I was thinking he was saying last night or night before about them knowing how to open the doors.
Oh yeah, I remember
Cats are
that.
usually smart.
No, I cannot have an animal to open the door. Not unless it's going to the fridge. I'll leave it at that.
If it's going to the fridge, it better be bringing you back a beer too.
Yes, yes.
I would say, Dan, you need your pet because now you got something for it to do.
Now I'm thinking of Alex from Stroh's.
If I start training them, if I could start training pets to do that, I'll give you one for free.
Do you remember the Alex from Stroh's commercials?
Mm-hmm. And Spuds McKenzie.
But Alex
be your water you're drinking.
Yeah.
Spud just brought the party to you because everybody wanted to see him.
Hey, well, ain't no problem with that. As long as it's a good party, everybody's gonna have fun.
Oh, Spud's always had the gals and the good times with him.
I hated that dog. He took away the job from Budman.
Oh well. Now, John, you gonna do the high flight and everything at the end, or you want me to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay. No.
If I have to, I guess.
The reason I asked is because I learned Thursday night I can have my show queued up on a different tab.
That's why I said I'd do it.
And not have this one messed up whatsoever. And I could sit here and I can hear high flight and then hit go live on mine as soon as that.
Well, I was going to say, go ahead and put the link in the chat or the private. Go ahead and put your show in the private. Now,
yeah.
The link.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, let me see here. It goes something like this.
We got a minute and 40 seconds. Better hurry.
Oh, how long does it take to hit Control V? I spend longer talking about it than doing it.
He got it up there. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Did he get it?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Again.
Oh, heavens.
Dan, I think me and you might get in trouble.
Well, let's end this.
At least we got Bill to pay our bail.
Yeah. Let's end this with the man's prayer. I'm a man, but I can change. If I have to, I guess.
I prefer the shepherd's prayer.
Yeah.
Please,
Alan
God, don't let us screw this up.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine was from the Red Green Show, which Willow from Canada, and so Willow Schuyler would recognize that one.
Catch y'all on the other side.
Good night, everybody.
Oh.
Good night.
Everybody get high flight.
Yeah, we got 30 seconds, and we're off into the wild blue yonder. Now, does anybody need to know what yonder means?
Where I tell everybody to say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie. Who the hell's Gracie?
Gracie Allen.
Gracie Allen, Lord.
Well, you were throwing out all names tonight.
John.
have slit the surly bonds of earth, and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed, and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds, and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled, and soared, and swung, high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along, and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.
What? You're still here? Go over to Dan's page.